comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I enrolled my son in acrobatics classes yesterday. Like some junior circus bullshit, whatever it is. He's good at fucking climbing. And he's always doing like these retarded flips. So I'm like, it might be good for him to learn how to really do a fucking flip. So during the day yesterday, went down there, looked cool in there. There's like trapezes and shit and those fucking tissues, which is like the ribbon things that you hang off and spin around. And there's like trampolines that you fucking do flips on. And I'm like, this will be perfect for him. So he gets back from school yesterday. I take him down to fucking acrobatics. And we turn up early and there's already a class going. And there's about 10 people in the class and they're all girls. And I was like, there's no dudes there. That's interesting. And then all the kids start turning up for my son's class. And it's just girl, 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 girl. I'm like, shit. Is he going to be the only fucking boy in this class? No fucking way. And then just one after another, just girl, 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 girl. I'm like, come on, please. Just one fucking other boy in this class, please. Just so he's not the only fucking boy in this class. And then his class starts and it's 16 little girls and my fucking son. And there's another class going and they're all girls. And the trainer is a girl, and the trainer taking my son's class is a dude, but he is flamboyantly gay. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've made a big fucking mistake here. I'm like, he's going to be so fucking embarrassed doing this class. Like, fuck, I fucked up. And I'm just watching my son, and he's just enjoying himself. He hasn't even fucking noticed. He's not paying attention to any of it. And then I realized I'm the one who's feeling uncomfortable. I was intimidated because I was the one who was sticking out like dog's balls. It was all mums there. It was all girls. And I'm there just looking like a fucking homeless thug. And I'm like, I'm projecting my insecurities onto my kid. Because he didn't realize it was just all girls. He just wanted to do some fucking flips and shit. He was just running around like a fucking idiot as usual. I'm the one who was like, oh my God, this is all girls. This is fucked. It even crossed my mind for a millisecond. I was like, this is probably how dudes become gay. Their dad puts them in a fucking all girls fucking knitting class and then they just start bitching with the other chicks. And so I'm standing there, I'm thinking that, and I'm like, well, he goes to jujitsu as well. So that will balance out the gay a little bit. It's funny what you think. It's funny what you think is gay because jiu-jitsu is basically just men wrestling and rubbing themselves together. And I'm like, that's fucking manly shit. And then I'm watching him in a class with all girls. And I'm like, that's how you become gay. Just surrounded by girls. But I tell you what, I go down to jiu-jitsu and it's just full of fucking murderers. Everyone in there could fucking kill me. And I'm less intimidated down at jiu-jitsu than I am down at the fucking acrobatics, surrounded by fucking females everywhere. So it was like me who was feeling like anxious and uncomfortable. It had nothing to do with my kid. I was sending my wife messages saying, listen, I think this is the one you need to take him to. I don't think this is my vibe. And she thought I was joking, so she sent back, ha 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 ha. I'm like, no, I'm not joking. But I stayed and I tried to psychologically work out what was going on with me. Because if my son doesn't give a fuck, then why am I so concerned? So I'm just like standing there. I'm feeling all awkward. No one else cares. No one's even looking at me or even anything. I'm just standing there feeling uncomfortable because it's just an unfamiliar situation. It's kind of like when I started comedy. When you first start comedy, you're just an outsider. There's already cliques formed and you're just some fucking loser coming in from the outside trying to fucking gobble up some stage time from the rest of them. So for like the first year of comedy, you're just sort of like standing on the outside while everyone's sort of hanging. And the other thing is, comedy is just packed, filled to the rim with fucking dorks. Like fucking nerds. So if you've come from like a cool background where like you're a cool guy. You're now like on the outside being shunted by nerds, and none of your like cool guy skills work on nerds. They're intimidated by it or some bullshit. I don't know. I don't know how nerds work. So all the things that made you popular in the real world are actually the things that make you unpopular in comedy world because it's ruled by dorks. Well, it's the same down at the Acrobats for me. Except the women aren't dorks. They're just women. Some of them, to be honest with you, seem like dorks, but not all of them. And there was this fucking pink-haired bitch down there. I think she's one of the instructors. My kid was running around, and he went on the mats, and she yelled at him and then glared at me as if to say, like, what the fuck are you doing? And I've never been as intimidated or scared in my life. I was like, oh my God, this pink-haired bitch hates me now, doesn't she? She fucking hates me. I wonder what I can do to make it up to her. Because they're all passive-aggressive, these people. I prefer jiu-jitsu. I prefer aggression, pure aggression. I understand how to work with that. Passive-aggressive, I'm not so familiar with. I would rather get punched in the face than fucking like sneered at by a pink-haired bitch. Fucking hell. It was so uncomfortable. But I processed everything. I was like, all right, this is just me. This is fine. It's a non-issue to my kid. It's really a non-issue altogether. It's fine. He can come down every Monday and just be gay for a little while. It's probably good that he's gay once a week. Level him out a little bit. So I'm like, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. But we're going pig hunting this weekend. We're going to start pig hunting just in case. We'll get all the fucking acrobatics out of him. And then after class, I didn't even mention to him that it was all girls. I was like, I don't want him to start thinking like that as well. So I didn't say anything. I'm like, if he noticed, he'll tell me. I'm like, did you enjoy the class? He was like, yeah, I enjoyed the class. And so I told my wife, I'm like, don't mention that it was just all girls. Because then next time we go down, he will notice. And he might start feeling uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as I was. It's also strange because if it was my daughter, I wouldn't have felt anything. We are complex fucking species, us human beings, that's for sure. Anyway, that'll do for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I'll see you the fuck later.